Okay, welcome y'all. This is I guess this is kind of a 7.5, kind of piggybacking off of what we were talking about with next gen games. We got some big news, big announcements we're going to talk to you about. So I'm Brian.
And I'm Brian.
Ooh. and
Off to a great start.
and this is our laggy DLC. So what we're going to talk about is Bethesda acquisition. Microsoft buys ZeniMax Software Works, which is the umbrella company for Bethesda and a couple others, for $7.5 billion. Cash.
Cash, yeah.
Cash deal. So I don't even know what they mean by that, because it's not like you're giving somebody 7.5 billion cash. I think what that means is a direct transfer at one time, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Like a fucking bank voucher. Like, here you
Yeah.
go. All of it's yours. It doesn't take any time, and you just get it all at once. Because sometimes they'll pad out a sale with like stock. Have like 7 million in Microsoft stock as part of it, but this is all cash. Only Microsoft can do that, man. Fuck.
Yeah, 7.8 billion or 7.5 billion is
I think
a lot of money.
I think Microsoft is valued at like trillions or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think of this? Does this change the landscape as far as, because this company is known for, first of all, let's get that out of the way. They're big hitters. They got Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, they got Fallout, they got the new one, Starfield, coming out. They're even doing like 2 PlayStation exclusives right now of Deathloop, and then
Ghostwire.
Yeah, Ghostwire. So does this change the perspective at all? Because that's always been the thing. Oh, Microsoft doesn't have any good single player, games, any good first party games. Well, they just bought the company that is responsible for some of the greatest single player story driven games ever made.
Yeah. Hey, I think it's huge. Like 100%. And I'm one of those people that has criticized Microsoft for not having a vast library of first party games, especially when you look at Sony. So yeah, this is huge. Yeah, like there's going to be some games that are going to cross over right now that are probably in development that are going to get to PS5, but at some point that's going to stop. And not only that, but all their future games are probably going to be on Game Pass, which is another a win.
Huge.
For me personally, I'm looking at the list of games. I think I'm only a fan of maybe 2 of them. I've never really played Elder Scrolls or Fallout. Prey, I dipped my toes in. Dishonored, I never played. I really like Wolfenstein. Doom is fucking fantastic, and I haven't played Evil Within. So for me, I don't know. Like, if Doom is the next Doom is exclusive to the Xbox, then yeah, that's a reason for me to get an Xbox for sure. Because I have to play the next Doom. So that's where I'm at. But I know there's a lot of. Fallout's huge, and so is Elder Scrolls. So, and whatever their new game is, Sky something.
Starfield.
Yeah, that's gonna rope a lot of people in for sure.
You got to play some Elder Scrolls. Skyrim specifically, it sold 30 million copies. It's a banger, dude. It's fucking awesome.
It
And
looks dumb as shit.
it looks dumb as shit.
Oh, I'm gonna walk around with a little sword. Ding, ding, ding. All right.
Dude,
The game's
it's
like fucking 15 years old. I think I missed my time.
dude, they got the remastered version that's in 4K on, oh, well, I guess you don't have a pro, but I'm sure they're gonna have a next gen update. They always update it for every single thing. Dude, it's a fucking cool game. I'm totally not into the fantasy setting, and I loved it. It was awesome. There's just so much dialogue, trees, and stuff like that, and good story. And I hate the fucking elves and swords, and I'm way more sci-fi. But that's what Fallout is for. It's kind of like the awesome Skyrim, but sci-fi. Guns, fucking aliens, technology. That one's super awesome. Better than Elder Scrolls, I believe. But I want to talk about what they said. They said that, what did they say? Oh, they said that they're gonna honor their current PS5 exclusivity deals because there's two of them, and they said beyond that they're gonna look at releasing their games on every console on a case by case basis. So here's where I have two minds on the subject. One mind is the fanboy Xbox mind, and the other mind is the business savvy, like if I owned a business mind. So if I just spent $7.5 billion on a company, on the one hand, why wouldn't you take full advantage of it and hurt your competition by only having those games on your console, right? It's like, what's the point of buying it then if you're not going to make it yours? But then on the other hand, PS5 and PS4 are such a huge install base that you're leaving money on the table if you don't sell those games on their platform, and you still get a cut. So part of me is like, dang, what are they going to do? Like for Elder Scrolls 6 is a big example. Like that's a banger. People have been waiting for this game. It's probably going to be another 2 or 3 years. I could see them releasing it on PS5 and just getting that money because you got to make back that 7.5 billion somehow. But at the same time, I'm like, God, that's such a good hand to keep for yourself. But they've always been the champions. Hey, we want you to play it anywhere. It's all about the software. We don't care about the hardware. So it would kind of be, I feel like, some bad PR for them to backtrack on their beliefs on that. I'll just keep talking while Brian's frozen. Are you frozen? He is frozen a little bit.
One of those nights, I don't know. We were doing so good. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, whatever you just said, I agree with.
Cool. Yeah, but I was saying, why not sell it on PS5? Because you just spent all this money. You need to make that money back. But at the same token, damn, that's a good ace to have up your sleeve to keep for yourself. That you can only play Skyrim or the next Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6, on Xbox. So it's like, I don't know where they're going to go. I could see them releasing all these big games like Fallout and the Skyrim Elder Scrolls games on both. I could easily see them doing that because they don't want to look like the bad guy that took that game away from everybody.
Yeah, I mean that is a tough move. I mean, I think that if you go exclusive, you're absolutely going to lose money for sure. I mean, PlayStation exclusives make a shit ton of money, but they would make a lot more money if they were on Xbox and PC. But they also push consoles, and I think that's a huge reason why PS4 sold a lot of consoles because they're exclusives. So in the end, you do kind of make some money back by selling more consoles because people want to buy that console to play the next Elder Scrolls. But yeah, they would make a lot more money if they cross-platformed it. So
Yeah,
we'll see what they do. It's like you said, it's case by case basis. So I wonder what games are gonna fall under that umbrella of case by case.
And it is known in the game industry that you typically sell your hardware at a loss, and you make it up with software.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you really care that much about moving more Xboxes when you're really there with the Xbox to sell the software? And you could sell the software on PS5 and still make the money like you sold it on Xbox. It's a weird thing to be in, and I feel like Xbox has talked too much about wanting to play everywhere. And we want Game Pass on the Switch, we want it on the PlayStation. And now if they're all of a sudden to be like, hey, Fallout and Elder Scrolls are exclusive, period. Console exclusive. I think people are going to backlash at them pretty hard.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot to be in. Like everyone wants you to have, like, oh, you don't have enough good fucking first party single player. You buy it and, well, guess what? We're going to have Elder Scrolls. You can't fucking do that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
It's like a lose-lose.
And so the cool thing is, you never played it, but one of the best Fallout games, I don't think you played it, if the way you're talking about Fallout, is Fallout New Vegas. is one of the most cherished ones. Fucking awesome. And it was a game made with Bethesda and Obsidian, and they teamed up. And now Microsoft owns both of them, and people are clamoring and doing these petitions like, dude, make a new Fallout New Vegas 2. And I think that would be super dope if they did that now that they can.
Yeah, I haven't played it. It's on my Game Pass queue because I've heard how great it is. But yeah, that seems to be a beloved game over three. I mean, I think there's still fans of three and four, but I think New Vegas is kind of the fan favorite as far as I know.
It's just different. I think 3 is still probably my favorite. You should play 3 because it's got a 1X patch, so it's like a full 4K now. So it looks amazing. Like when I played that on the X just to check out the patch, I was like, God damn, it's amazing what they can turn a 360 game into when they put that patch on it.
Hmm. Yeah, and I hope that they can bounce back a little bit, Bethesda, because I feel like based on the media that I consume and some of the YouTubers that I watch that are in game media, Bethesda hasn't been on a really good track record lately after the disaster of Fallout 76.
Yeah,
And there's some lying in there, and they kind of force you to do the whole sign up for Bethesda email when you load up a game, which pisses a lot of fans off. So, and there's probably other things. There's probably some workforce working underpaying all that kind of stuff. But so we'll see if they bounce back, and because I know that there is a lot of hate for Bethesda right now.
I I know. That's why they were able to buy them. I think
Yeah.
they were too powerful to buy before. But I don't think anything that's happened from Bethesda is very bad. Fallout 76 sucks. I think they decided to try and do a game that's a little bit out of their wheelhouse, which is the MMO type of game. Always online, massively multiplayer, a bunch of people. When they should be focusing on single player experiences. Like Fallout sounds like a game that could translate to online really well, but apparently it didn't. Um, and I've heard they've made that game a lot better, and it's actually pretty playable now. I'm not very interested in it, but I hear
Yeah.
people are like, "Yeah, it's a pretty good game now. It just sucked at launch." Kind of
I just
like
thought it was
Mass.
hilarious of like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought it was hilarious when it came out. It was just a broken piece of shit, and it was like a barren wasteland. And so all the fans were like, why aren't these things in the game? And then a year later, they have their Bethesda conference at E3 or whatever it is, and they're like, coming soon, coming or tonight, NPCs and Fallout, and the whole crowd goes, yeah. I'm like, why are you? Oh my god. Why
Yeah,
wasn't that in the first iteration? You're acting like it's a huge deal now that NPCs are in the game. I
yeah.
don't know. It's very bizarre.
No NPCs, and I think there was like no spoken dialogue
Hmm.
in a Fallout game, which is like very dialogue heavy. And that's part of the cool part. It's like when you talk to someone, you're talking, you hear it. It's not just a blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 kind of like a Zelda type of
Yeah.
thing.
You're just reading it.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't want to fucking read. I want it to be like a movie, and not a
Hmm.
foreign film either. But yeah, like we were talking about uh big PS5 dicks. God, what a alpha move Xbox does. Oh yeah, you fucking bitch. You
Hmm.
fucking sold out of your fucking pre-orders. Fucking blah, slap that
Yeah.
$7.5 billion cock on the table.
And they do it the day before they sell their console or sell their
Yeah,
console, pre-order their consoles,
yeah. Take a
which
look
are
at it.
sold out, by the way.
Yep, sold out. Congrats. Uh,
Hmm.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I still didn't pre-order. I think I don't know. I probably couldn't have. Feel like I could have got an Xbox, but I didn't want to try because I have a pretty good PC, and I think I'm convinced I just want to get the PS5 first. I'm going to get both eventually,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to keep trying on the PS5. If I don't get a pre-order, what I have done in the past is I'll go to the store on the day of launch because they always have some that aren't allocated for pre-orders. Like go to Target really early when they open, or you go to Walmart at midnight the night before and be like try and find a cool worker. Say, hey man, it's midnight. Can you check the back? That worked for me with the Pro. All the pre-orders were sold out. I went to Walmart at past midnight and somebody got one from the back and sold it to me. So I'm hoping something like that'll happen if I can't get a pre-order on this next wave.
Dude, I remember this takes me back to the day. I remember when the 360 came out. I remember going to the mall in Richland and going to was it EB Games back then, or has it always been GameStop? I don't remember what it was,
It was
but
probably EBE back then.
EB Game. But I went there, no luck. I went over to there's like a Costco down the road. I walked my happy ass down to Costco. There's a fucking line all the way down the block just to get the 360. I didn't get one, but I scrounged the Columbia Boulevard, looking for one. But yeah, it takes
Yeah,
me back.
I had one.
Getting a console.
I remember. I think I was one of the first ones in our group to have one. I just got what I could get. I got the cheaper one that didn't have a hard drive, and I didn't have like any money beyond the console, so I didn't even have a memory card. Remember that one? They took memory cards, so I couldn't even save. I remember I took it over to Matt's house, and we rented Call of Duty 2 because I couldn't buy it, and then we just played it. I had to leave it on so it wouldn't not save. But the way I got it is ridiculous because I was a little scheming bastard back then. But I went to Hastings, and they had them, but they were pre-ordered, right? They had a slip on top of it, and it's in the glass case. But this is back when they had a hole in the glass case, so you could grab the game and look at it and then put it back on the shelf.
Mhm.
But couldn't steal it because it had the glass case. So it had a sheet on it, and they had one 360. It's like, oh fuck, it was like the holy grail back then. I was like, holy shit,
Oh
like,
yeah.
they have a 360, dude. No. I was like, dude, I have the money. I was like, oh, but it's got a fucking it had a slip, like save for yada yada yada, and it's all filled out. So I was like, fuck this. I reached my
Oh my God.
I reached my fucking hand in the hole, and I ripped off the fucking pre-order slip, and I crumpled it up and like threw it in the corner of the fucking display case. And then I went over to the guy. I was like, hey, can I buy that 360 over there? And he's like, no, that's for pre-order. It's been held. And I was like, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, it's got a slip on it. I was like, I didn't see any slip. and he's like, oh, let me go check. And he walks over there. So I guess it's not. Yeah, you could buy it. So I bought it. I'm so sorry to that person who I got your 360.
Oh man.
I'm sure you were looking forward to it.
That's fucking hilarious.
That was an amazing, awesome story of how I came home with a 360.
Oh man, that's gold.
If you really wanted that 360, you would have been there on launch day to pick it up. What kind of a parent leaves their kid at the fucking babysitter's for more than a day? I'll get you tomorrow. It's like, come on, dude.
Oh man, finders keepers.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the news, man. Fuck, that's crazy. 7.5 billion, that's crazy. These games, which I never thought would be exclusive, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And Skyrim's one of the best-selling games of all time because they put it on fucking everything. Speaking of that, I'm gonna play some Skyrim, the best version of Skyrim, and I'm gonna take some footage. So stay tuned. I'm gonna put that up in celebration of this news. The best version of Skyrim, and you'll see what that is because it's on everything. It's hard to choose now.
Yeah, there's a lot of iterations of that game.
Yes. But yeah, we just wanted to get this out for you guys. I know you've fucking already heard it, I'm sure, but we needed to talk about it. Anything else you want to touch on?
It's exclusives. I mean, yeah, we think. I think we're in agreement that these games another huge selling point. Even if well, I mean, shit, I would imagine that their whole library will be on Game Pass once I guess the deal's already done, but I mean, at some point they're going to, maybe October 1st, November 1st, they're going to, I imagine, throw the whole library on Game Pass of Bethesda, right? Because they don't already have their whole library, yeah, which is great.
I'm sure, but they did say like it doesn't go through, like the acquisition, I think, isn't finalized until like 2022, I think I heard. So I don't know what that means for Game Pass, because they are talking like they own them right now. Like that's the talk. but I heard something like it's not finally through, so I don't know if it's going to take a while to get everything on Game Pass. I think all the new stuff is definitely going to be on Game Pass day one, but I don't think they have anything coming down the pipe anytime soon. Like Starfield is like this mythical game they've just talked about and haven't really
Yeah.
shown. Like we don't even know what the fuck it is. And then Elder Scrolls 6, they've shown like a screenshot or two, and they said they're not working on it anymore or something because they're trying to get Starfield done first. So I think anything from them is going to take a while. So I think as of right now, what you get is back catalog, really.
Yeah. Which I guess they do have a large. They do have New Vegas. I know that because it's in my queue, and then I know that they have Outer Worlds, which I think is under the Obsidian.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Obsidian.
I
I think they have
what else do
Fallout
they
4,
have?
don't they, on Game Pass?
I think so. I don't. I haven't seen Fallout 3 and I haven't seen Skyrim, so maybe that would be a huge like, hey, starting November 1st, Skyrim and Fallout 3 are on Game Pass. I mean, that would be something to people. I mean, people love Skyrim, and they give some sort of 4K version on Game Pass. But I don't know if that exists. But if it doesn't, if they do some sort of 4K or iteration of Skyrim throwing Game Pass, that would get a lot of people excited for sure.
Skyrim Special Edition on next gen consoles, I'm talking about PS4, Xbox One X, is 4K. It's they have a patch and it looks really good. Skyrim's one of those games that I've fucking bought so many fucking times. Like, oh my god, I have so many versions of Skyrim: PC, PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One X. I have it for PSVR, which is pretty fucking cool. You get in there, you're actually getting you slam it around. But yeah, that's a good game. So I'm sure they'll do something with it. Next gen update or something, I'm sure, for Series X.
Mm-hmm. Let me look here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can think of with this acquisition.
Right on, man. Well, crazy news. Next
It's
gen
good
is
for
getting,
them. That's what
yeah,
I know. It's good for them.
next gen is getting more interesting, man. So I'm telling you, this it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a closer console race than we think, because everyone's like, "Oh my God, the PS5 sold out. They're still the winners," but Xbox sold out too. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Which
Wouldn't
I
it be
figure was going to happen. Yeah.
wouldn't it be crazy if fucking Xbox came back and won this gen? It's like they haven't won a gen yet. I think the first gen PS2, their second gen PS3 ended up winning in the long run, even though they had a good lead for a
In the
while.
long, yeah.
And then
Yeah. They came back.
and then this one PS4 kind of kicked their ass. So I think Xbox due for a win here, and hopefully
Mm-hmm.
they can get it done.
Yeah. Are in place. And you got Game Pass, which is kind of what they're leaning on. They got this new deal here. They have a lower price console. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces in place for them to come out on top for sure.
Yeah,
They got a Halo next year.
yeah. And then I don't necessarily care about them winning, but closer competition is just better for everybody, up in everybody's game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool, man. This is gonna be crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So yeah, we just wanted to come in late night and talk to you guys about it. So thanks for staying up and filming this with me, and thank you all for watching.
Of course.
Yeah, stay tuned for my Skyrim playthrough. I'm gonna put that up too. All right, man. You have a good night.
All right. Peace.
Everybody, game on. Later.